Welcome to the Out There channel. Live stream 476.
Hiding, I'm searching.
What have I forgotten?
I'm loving, I'm finding love. I'm hiding,
It's all going good.
I'm searching.
Right.
I'm loving, I'm finding love.
Back to the dark side.
Body.
Come pull on me, yeah. It's love, hiding, I'm searching, I'm loving, I'm finding love.
We're finding love, are we? Hello, good to be back. Another live stream. And it looks like we got Dan already joining us. Dan the man. Come on, baby, light my fire. We're gonna be on fire in ufology. Sing along, everybody. Alright, so took a bit more prepping today. Okay, wow. The alien is scary. Yeah, so welcome to Livestream 476. We'll be looking at aliens and ghosts again. If you wish to donate, Super Chat is active, and we've got a website where you can get all the other goodies from, including Mick. Not that anyone buys anything, especially near Christmas. I think there was free shipping that people missed as well. Free shipping is a big one, especially if you live overseas from America. If you're in America, that's very cheap postage. So yeah, Dan, what's been up to? So we'll see what we can get through today. As usual, no one will be joining us probably. It's up to them. So yeah, I've had a few people spamming my Twitter with silly stuff that they think is real, so we'll go over it. I'm just checking out some things here. I think everything's going good. Can't see any strange errors. So, yeah, fingers crossed. So, yeah, it's pretty dark image, isn't it? Dark background. So, the first thing is to save it. Save it. So the question was whether this thing actually had any clothes on. And it's kind of strange why you would have clothing that would be almost the same as your body tone. What kind of crazy aliens would do that, I don't know. To me, we need to do some analysis on it and see if we can see what's going on there. Kind of looks weird to me. So I've saved it anyway. And we need to stick it in the editor to start with. And of course we've got the ghost pictures to look at too. Actually I should drag those down. from yesterday into there. Plus we got MUFON and third phase and anything else that sort of needs to be addressed coming up. So there's a fair bit to go through, probably. Open up on paint.net, a free open source editor with some advanced plugins that you don't have to pay license for. So first thing to do, if aliens were nude, to me that would be a red flag, you know. They would have some sort of protective clothing on, I'd say. They wouldn't walk around nude all the time. Now, I've heard that they don't have any visible sexual organs. The question is, do they poo even? So what's Dan saying? I always thought that aliens would wear skin-tight fabrics so they might look like they are not wearing clothes. Why would you think that? I would have thought they always would have some sort of single-piece jumpsuit, maybe over top of roll clothes, like we do, but also the same as astronauts do, you know, they sort of wear one-piece suits. Yeah, easy to get in and out. Just can't seem to get right here. Getting a pain in my leg. That's no good. Can't have pain in the leg. My circulation. But it might not be any way around it. It's the pain that's probably going to slow me down today. Anyway, colour curves. Let's first of all lighten it. Let's see what happens. So, does it look like it's wearing clothes? Yes and no. Okay, so let's run it through colour swap, bring out some more details maybe. But why do a black and white photograph? It's a good way to hide stuff, you know, errors and stuff. You can see there's no colour other than some strangeness happening here when we're switching out some blacks. So we can see it's multiple black layers. We can change it to all different colours. We don't know if it's the original photograph. Look at that popped out in the background. Looks like some more trees. Layers of trees. Or cloud. But that's strange. Let's see, can't see. So it looks like it's going to be trees, isn't it? But funny how that sort of pops out more as a tree. Then there's another row of trees behind, and then a tree here behind those ones. Okay, so what's that standing in? So where's the light sources in this? Obviously it's top of his head. See how his head blends in with the sky? So it's directly above his head, right? The light's coming down, straight down. Doesn't even look like it's on an angle, does it? Yet we're getting light showing up on the side here, and light showing up there. I would say if the light was coming down, if the sun was directly above, I would say he would even be casting his own shadow of his face down to his chest area. So to me that looks like some red flags there. What do you think on that one? You see how bright his head is here, right? CPU's mucking around already. Stupid CPU. Okay, so let's see where we can get the best. Somewhere there. That brings out the back, but then we lose definition in his face, right? You can see all the light sources. There definitely seems to be a light source coming over this way. Definitely a light source straight above. Does that hint at CGI where they've got multiple light sources and they've just made up pasted it on a background? Doesn't seem right with the contrast lighting, does it? To me that's a red flag. Anyway, let's go from there. Can't see his head, can we? How can we get the full shape of his head in? Can't even get it there. How can we get his head? Anywhere? Let's make it RGB. Too much light there, you see. CPU, come on. Yeah, just can't get the top of his head, which means it's really saturated with light. Now, I don't think it's compression, because in the original image it's the same. Anyway, bit hard to find the sweet spots. It looks like there's multiple ways to do that though. And you can select his body first, or the lower half of the picture, and just muck around with that first. We start to see more of the background here. So what's happened here? Looks like it's got maybe mucked around with that label there. So it got sort of cropped off there though, doesn't it? So that's why we need a clean picture really. The hand looks like it gets cut off there, but the fingers keep on going further down, don't they? So but we're starting to see some more details there that we didn't see. Come on, CPU. CPU. Does that still work? Oh, yeah. But I think we need to go up a bit further. We haven't got it quite selected right here. Try that first. About there, I'd say. And then we want to do... Can we actually do it in inverse selection? I'm not sure. Inverse selection. Okay, let's see if that works. Now, we can just play around at the top of your head. And we still can't get it. It's been so saturated that we can't get the full head. That means it's got to be a super bright day, right? And yet it's a really dark photograph. Go back to the original. You know, the background is so dark compared to the subject here. And the ground should be lit up more. So to me, that's a fabrication of an image. Where we can find out whoever made it, I don't know. But it's pretty good. I want to reset what's happened to my CPU. Okay, let's try again. So we want to go there. No. It's still not really good. Probably somewhere there, probably. Now, it doesn't still look right, does it? So, look at the length of that arm here, right? So it goes down to there, but if we expand the arm here out, let's grab his arm, copy, paste layer, and put it down there. What do we see? What's wrong straight away? His length of his arms don't match. I would have thought maybe, give or take a few angles. That his arm would have to be angled back more, right? Because it's so long. So it would have to bend here. The joint would have to bend here, so that means that's going to have to go back out that way. So give or take, it could be down there, right? It may not be fully level with that one, but give or take, if it's got a bend in it. So to me, that's been edited, right? Doesn't match. Do you agree so far? Have we got people watching? Can't see any counters. So that's the red first thing. Let's get rid of that again. Delete. Set delete. Yep. So the length of the arms don't match. Now the clothing. Now we've got the clothing a wee bit more visible. It looks like he's got some pants on. Okay, so let's draw around that. So now it's becoming a bit more obvious what's going on. But there's a few errors in this. The lighten, the length of the arm. So the pants look like looks like it's coming down near, but it's not. Looks like the pants line is about there. And you can see it's slightly above the skin. Yeah, something like that. And it looks like it's got some sort of collar coming down here, up here. Well, it looks like a strange short top, right? It seems to go across to the other side down there. And that looks like he's showing off his six packs. What do you call it? A six pack. Why is it doing this? It's taking over. That's really weird. I didn't tell it to do anything there. Say Dan. Who we got on here? Say Dan or say Sexy Dan? Hey Letro. How the Out There channel? How's it going? Not sure if I've seen you here before. Letro. So we're just going over this alien pictures, why I think it's been photoshopped. It looks good until you start finding the errors in it, right? Anyway, it looks like it's got some little white, maybe slightly white pants on and a top. Now, looks like aliens like showing off their six packs. So it looks like it might be some sort of belly button thing there, I don't know. But you can see here, it goes very dark here. Like his hip goes up to here. Both sides, and actually that's his belly going up here. It's kind of weird. It looks like the belly going up there, sort of thing. Maybe on a slight angle. If I can keep it steady with the mouse. Looks like it's coming down there, sort of thing. And the hips the pants or something seem to stick out either side. So we get rid of that. You can see it fades off blackness too much there. Kind of looks weird, you know. The pant line seems to be here, but then it's got a crease going down here. So what were they trying to do? Were they trying to say that was the pant line here going around? And it looks like some sort of editing error there. Looks like the pants were originally there, but then they sort of erased it somehow. That's what it looks like. Let's decide to give it more of a belly, which looks a bit better, wouldn't it? So yeah, the top of the head is way over illuminated. So where does that go to? About there, maybe. And yet the ground's not illuminated at all, with all that light in. So we got light coming straight down here. We'd expect some shadow from his head on the chest here. And I don't think we're seeing any. It looks like some sort of zipper coming down this way. Strange sort of half top thing. Maybe it's a female. And they got a special name for tops like that, haven't they? Yeah, that means they're born if they've got a belly button, doesn't it? Kind of looks like they've got some sort of belly button going on there. But you can see the problem here. It looks like it's been sort of airbrushed. Some sort of error going on there. It looks kind of blocky. Because it's black and white, it hides the errors, right? So we've definitely got two light sources going on. For some reason we've got a light source coming from the side at hip level, or this side, and we've got a sun above, directly above, illuminating down this way. So we've got two light sources, which is really strange. We've already noticed that the arm lengths, if we stretch this one out, it's going to be way too short. Really, that angle should come out like there, like this should come out. What's going on here? That should come out more on an angle. Let's draw as a line, it's a lot easier. This should come out more on an angle because his arm is so long, right? So there's the length. So that's where the elbow's got to be. So the elbow's slightly up. Then the hand would have to come this way, right? Are you with me? It's too up and down, which can't happen. And so when he stretches out this, which is there, on that joint there, so that would come about, which almost matches up with the other hand, you see. So I think it's debunked. It's fake. Anyone disagree? Big UFO fan, that's on bots. Yeah. So everything, hoaxers always make little mistakes. Maybe they try to rush it out. Maybe it's taken from a magazine and rebundled, which is what happens normally. Yeah, the artist probably thought, well, stuff this is getting too complicated now. I'm not getting paid enough. And so yeah, this one's definitely 100% fake. It looks good, But yeah, if there was that much light coming in this way, I would expect to see on the ground here too. So what we can do now, okay, so we eliminated, there's a lot of errors in there. So that's how you break down something properly, right? You show people step by step where all the problems are. And then, you know, they can start to see where CGI and Photoshop's faked. Now, I thought, looking at that, it looked like it had no clothing on, which is a big issue. I said it looks pretty cold in that photograph, despite there being a lot of sun. And of course, it comes from South America, doesn't it? Which is the capital of hoaxes. Because, well, Mexico, South America, because they know they can send it to those people that do the TV shows and get famous, you know, have them come over and interview you and make some money from it too. Anyway, these guys don't like what I say anyway, but I decided to do it. So what we can do, which I have to do a reverse search on, plus I got some corrections from yesterday's, which I did some research on. We need to do a reverse image search and see if we can find any references to it. Images, and this is how we do it. Upload image. Why is it not working? CPU playing up, I think. But anyway, we have to work with what we got. Now the image might be too dark, the original. Alright, so what have we got? A lot of dark images, black and white, with humanoids, but not the one we're after. Looks like a load of dancing, art pieces, and that doesn't sort of help us, does it? So Google's best matches art model. So that's exactly it, isn't it? It's definitely a piece of art someone's done. We could try aluminum. Right. Because we know it's going to be South American or Mexican. It's going to have probably a Spanish name or something, which makes it a bit harder to find. So the first references we get is Skinny Bob, which comes with clothing on, which I've also debunked as a fake. Okay. The video is full of errors. Especially the eyelids. The eyelids are in the wrong place. Because it's actually got small eyes. Once you find a frame that you enhance, you can see it's got human eyes. And not these big black ones. And obviously other artists worked on the project and made the same mistake, and they had the eyelids animated in the wrong place. But anyway, that's on another episode if you want to go and watch. Let's come up with these little models. That was Stan Romanek one, which some people said were also faked. You know, it's not too hard to make puppets, realistic puppets or dolls, right? But if you got it on video and it looks, you know, and normally the video would give it away. But are we seeing this one anywhere? That one looks like the closest, really. Skinny body with the V chest coming up. Let's have a look at that one. Has it got a collar on it? No. So again, it's someone's painting. And I think that's what we're looking at. Some sort of painting. Keep going. Yes. Okay, he's got really long arms. So could they have taken it from something they saw here and modified it? Now, my Alien Grey was a model that Robert bought, took some photographs of it, and I turned it into a talking avatar. And now it's alive. So you can see my one looks realistic. And he also moves his eyelids occasionally properly. Squints, there you go. He squints randomly. It has that sort of straight stare. But we also got a large version. Various versions. We've got the large version number 1. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Now, it's sort of squashed in the head a wee bit more to the original sculpture. This one has the eyes move a wee bit more. And he's got a slightly different grey, I think, about him. Which is unusual, because I don't think I mucked around with the colour. And of course the CPU is struggling a wee bit. And the next phase was to, rather than use circles for mouth, was actually to animate it, which makes it even more realistic. Right. We are brothers. Yeah, if you got dark circles on your eyes, you definitely need more sleep. The aliens creep around at night time, though. Alright, so, reverse image search. We didn't get much luck with it. This is what I thought would happen. So we don't know if it's someone's painting or sculpture. And they just blended it in with a fake background. But there's a lot of errors in that. It just shows how many variations there are. And there's a lot of good artists out there. So, yeah, we better move on, I guess. I suppose we spent quite a lot of time on that. Let's see what we got. 39 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun, eh? So I wanted to find where the original source was from. But it looks like we're not going to find out. Because the search engine is not that good. For that dark image anyway. If it was colour, we might have more success. So let's until we get onto the UFO, the ghost photo as the next one. We'll talk about this article about the missing troops that we talked about yesterday, which was an interesting story. So we're coming back to this one here to see if this was staged. Yeah, we'll have a look a bit better over the picture. So I found this historic site on UK talking about that regiment. The Fifth Battalion Norfolk Regiment, the true story. I might just get the reader to read it out. It's well worth listening to it. It's not that big. Which I'll need the proper reader. From Edge, that comes free. What's going on here? And you'll see how a 40-year-old story can be so wrong. Remember I questioned it? If you had that many people go missing, that would be like big news in ufology for a long time. So I was a wee bit suspect on it. But it was a really good, interesting story. Because there was 3 witnesses to it, which were Kiwis, which generally they don't lie, from what in my experiences is New Zealand Army guys are generally honest to the bone. So anyway, let's read out. So it makes me wonder, could they have been mistaken? Or is part of this a cover-up, maybe? Maybe something did happen. But anyway, we'll just read out the article, then we'll discuss it.
5th Battalion Norfolk Regiment, The True Story. By Steve Smith. This article is designed to tell the true story of what happened to the 1/5th Battalion Norfolk Regiment on August 12, 1915 at Kuchuk Anafarta Ova, Gallipoli, during World War I. Supported by recent research, it dispels many of the myths attached to the battalion, including disappearing into a cloud of smoke. The first myth is that the 5/Norfolks were called the Sandringham Battalion, but this is not correct. It is incorrect because it recruited from all over North Norfolk, with companies being raised by towns as far apart as Great Yarmouth and Dereham. In fact, what was known as E Company, the Sandringham Company, ceased to exist on February 8, 1915, when during a major reform they converted to a 4-company battalion, merging with C Company to become King's Company. The second myth has to be covered by considering a number of claims. A dispatch by Sir Ian Hamilton reported, but the colonel, with 16 officers and 250 men, still kept pushing on, driving the enemy before them. Nothing more was ever seen or heard of any of them. They charged into the forest and were lost to sight or sound. Not one of them ever came back. When the 50th anniversary of Gallipoli came round in 1965, references to the Sandringham Company, battalion and regiment first started to emerge when 3 New Zealand veterans claimed to have seen a British regiment marching up a sunken road to be swallowed up in a cloud. This led to other theories that they had been kidnapped by aliens who had landed in flying saucers, and a book and TV adaptation depicted a highly charged new solution to the mysteries, suggesting they had been executed by the Turks. We know that a number of the Norfolks managed to advance 1,400 yards to a sunken road before stopping and awaiting the rest of the battalion. 2nd Lieutenant Fox commanded this small group, and he was ordered to press on by the CO Colonel Proctor Beecham. Virtually all of them were taken down when they bunched up in a gap covered by a machine gun. A small element of the Norfolks managed to reach a small vineyard, and another element managed to get to a group of small cottages, where they were joined by Colonel Proctor Beecham and the adjutant. Beecham was seen by Private S.T. Smith to say, "Hound them out, boys." It was the last time he was seen alive, and probably the last order he ever gave. It was here that the surviving officers managed to take stock of what had happened, and Major W. Barton and Lieutenant Evelyn Beck led the survivors back to friendly lines when it became dark. And the mystery was, in fact, cleared up by the press very early on. Private 1432, Cecil Ernest Bullimore, killed in action. Private 1432, Cecil Ernest Bullimore, killed in action on August 12, 1915. The local papers initially reported the loss of 5th Norfolk officers on August 28, 1915, and accounts from men who were there were published soon after, especially in the Yarmouth Mercury and the Lynn News. One article dated August 27, 1915 noted, "It is with the deepest regret that we publish the list of missing officers of the 5th Territorial Battalion of the Norfolk Regiment. At the time of going to press, no further information is available than the bare fact that they are missing." Hamilton's dispatch did not appear until January 6, 1916, and on January 7, 1916 the Eastern Daily Press reported, "Sandringham men disappear." The article went on to state that 16 officers and 250 men pushed deep into enemy lines and were lost from sight and sound. None of them ever came back. This directly quoted Hamilton's after-action report. But on February 15, 1916 the Lynn News reported that one officer was now recovering from wounds in a hospital as a prisoner of the Turks in Constantinople and noted, "This news of Captain Coxon will come as a relief to not only his friends, but also to those who are still awaiting news of other officers and men of the 5th Norfolks. It is obvious that an officer in hospital would have greater opportunities for writing home to his friends than others who were not wounded but are prisoners of war." And there is an excellent article printed in the Lynn News from a survivor. "I did not see anything of the missing officers after I got lost. I heard the colonel call out when we approached the huts I have referred to, but I did not see him then. I did not hear him again afterwards. During the attack I did not see anything of Captain Patrick. I did not see any wood into which the officers and men could have disappeared, and I certainly did not see them charge into a wood. In fact, the Norfolks did not charge as far as my knowledge goes. I know absolutely nothing about how the officers and men disappeared. At first, like others, I thought that the officers and men who are now reported missing had returned to other trenches, but later I found that this was not the case. I inquired a lot about them, but all I could find out was that they had disappeared, vanished. We could only come to the conclusion that they had advanced too far, had been captured and made prisoners of war. We knew that some of the men had been killed and others been wounded, so it did not seem at all unlikely that these others had been captured by the enemy. I heard no news about the 5th Norfolks charging into a wood until I came home."
No UFOs.
Private Sidney Pooley 1/5th Norfolk Regiment. As with countless engagements in World War I, the bodies of the men who fell that day did not have the luxury of a burial detail. In fact, they lay where they fell until 1919, when the battalion's chaplain, the Reverend Pierre Point Edwards, found them and reported at the time, "We have found the 5th Norfolks. There were 180 in all, 122 Norfolk, and a few Hants and Suffolks with 2/4th Cheshires. We could only identify 2 privates, Barnaby and Carter.
There's a lot of
They
dead
were
bodies.
scattered over an area of about 1 square mile, at a distance of at least 800 yards behind the Turkish front line. Many of them had evidently been killed in a farm, as a local Turk, who owns the place, told us that when he came back he found the farm covered with the decomposing bodies of British soldiers, which he threw into a small ravine. The whole thing quite bears out the original theory that they did not go very far on, but got mopped up one by one, all except the ones who got into the farm. And the actual casualty list, recorded between 12th and August 31st, 1915, is 11 officers and 151 other ranks killed. This total comes from a database called Soldiers Died in the Great War.
Retro.
Supported by recent research, this article may perhaps help to clarify what actually happened to the 5th Battalion Norfolk Regiment and acknowledges their bravery and tenacity in the face of an extremely determined enemy. By Steve Smith.
So the sacrifice keeps us free today. Turkish being Islam. We could all be bowing down every hour or so. Yeah, so that's completely different take on that UFO story, isn't it? But here, was it? The 3 New Zealanders reckon they went into a ravine which had like mist or fog. Nothing about a UFO, but nothing about a time slip or a portal suddenly opening up and the men disappearing. So, yeah, why would they think it was aliens? So it just shows more information has come to light and they found all the bodies. Unless there's a cover-up, of course. Maybe they were taken and they were dropped off like cattle mutilations, right? And just dumped. It's a possibility, I guess. You know, you're never going to please everybody. So don't always come up with a counter-argument, right? The question is, were any of them mutilated? And we know they did some wicked things in wartime, though. So who knows? So yeah. Like I said, if we had time yesterday, I would have researched that and got the information out. So I don't know if these guys are still alive. I would doubt it very much. 3 New Zealand veterans. I don't know if they'd be alive. How old would they be now? They'd be over 100, wouldn't they? So I don't think so. So you can't go and interview them. Sunken road to be swallowed up in a cloud. I know they did have a lot of gas back then. They used to gas people. So it could make it like it was ambushed and gassed and killed off, right? Never to return. But yeah, gloomy story, that one. But now we've solved that one. Another fake UFO story busted. And of course, back to the alien. Dan reckons he's found the original thing. How'd you find the link, Dan? Did you read through all the Twitter accounts, did you? I don't actually post the link though, did I? So let's have a look. And of course, it's not going to be so dark, is it? It's going to be... okay, what's happening here? Right, sure. Go ahead. Make my day. Taiwan-based UFO hunter maker makes jaw-dropping revelation, spots alien warrior figure in NASA's image of Mars. Eh? That's not Mars. How'd you find that one? Did you lighten it up and do research, reverse search again or something? Where's the full image though? That's only half of it. But what's interesting is we can see now that tree. There's a tree there. And you can see a line of trees going there. And there's the other line of trees. So you can see how much the filter actually showed. It even showed up the cloud a wee bit. Okay, so it kind of looks like a painting, doesn't it? Now it doesn't look like a real image of a creature at all. It looks like maybe a water painting. You still can't see the collar on it very well, can you? So that's why I think someone's been around and modified it a wee bit. But yeah, does it open up to a full picture? Probably need to go to expanded article. How do we get that? What's that there? What's that? Don't remember seeing that before. How can we get expanded article then? Open image and new tab. And that's all there is. And then stone makes them last forever. So it looks to me like that's just a piece of art that they used in articles, right? And someone's just tried to repackage it and say it was actually a real alien, as I said would happen. So this is Scott C. Warren again, is it? It finds pareidolia effects in rocks, is it? So where's the image of the alien on Mars or whatever it was? Is that the one sitting on a rock? Which turned out to be a rock. The whole thing turned out to be a rock. Yeah, am I missing it? I can't see any other link. Latest revelation. No, I don't see it. I think it might be that one sitting side view, right? When was this article? 2020. Scott C. Warren, there you go. I knew it would be him. And we know he's a fraud and the king of pareidolia. And also he crops it and edits it. So that's just a painting. That's clearly a painting. But anyway, the thing is the lighting doesn't quite look right. Again, even there. I would expect some eye shine. But anyway, yeah, we can go from here maybe and do a search for image on Google this way now. It makes it a lot easier. And we can see how many hits we get. And you can see people are going to use it everywhere probably. Latest news. Ryan Sprague's using it. So it's a piece of art that people can use on their websites. It's amazing what goes around on Twitter about people doing research on it. There's the one you found. So we get images. That's what we got. Let's put arts in. It hasn't come up with art. UFOs. So it's a piece of art. And of course we've seen some of these images before. So yeah, I don't know. The other one is to use tin, where is it? Tin eye. It's a wee bit better, generally. So we can now sort that the oldest first, I think. February 2014. That's when it first went online with a name called Zero JPEG. So let's go there. Which looks like a news site, which probably used it for an article. Okay. Twitter, Area 51. You can see it's been used a fair bit. 81 times. The last one being KZ, where's that? Korea? No. Kazakhstan. First found on August 2021. Bullshit. We know it's back in 2014. And that's the difference between Google and Tinai. Next one is plus Google. Google Plus. I don't think it exists anymore. And Twitter. Twitter. Used a lot on Twitter. Image. Live Daily. Okay. So, I don't know why we can't find it on that page. You can see it's got some colour on that one. And it's shining the colour of the sky now on top of his chromium. And there seems to be a bit of eye shine on that now. Just a little bit, but still looks like a water paint, doesn't it? Anyway, it's still pretty good. It's very good. Why can't we find the article where it was posted? Because it's a feed and it's gone. So that means it must be cached then. And I don't think they've got a cache link. First found on February 2014. So they're talking about Area 51 at some stage. So this is there a search on here? It's called search. Area 51. Let's see what comes up. Alien interview. Okay. It looks too new though. 2021. And that sure is the alien interview one. So we need to go back to 24. MK Ultra. What's the oldest article here? 2019. And that's it, Danny. Archive 1 and a bit year, and the rest gets deleted. So that means it must be cached. I'm not sure if we can find the cache link or not on Tanoi. What options we got? Compare. I don't think there's any other way. Include 7 results not available. Okay, let's click on that. That might change it. Well, it must be available, so I don't understand. Yeah, they found it. Must be like a hidden link. Maybe when they take the articles off air, they're still on the web server but not listed. But the search engine knows about it for some reason. Probably the way they've done the website. But anyway, we don't want to waste too much time on that. So it first showed up on a news thing. And where they got the original picture from, we don't know. But yeah, fascinating stuff. So we can do that with this one here with the ghost. Not Gmail. What are you doing? Do I go Gmail? Images. Yes, at least you found it. And at least you join in with the live debunks, because that's what everybody can do. They used to do it in the past. Remember, we used to have like a dozen people all looking up stuff, helping out with the live stream and trying to get a solution. And that was the good old days, before people got lazy or something. I don't know, something happened to people. Oh yeah, let's see if we can find the oldest version of this one. Although I know it's on a slope for this one. Let's see how good it is. And has it come up with the right one? That looks like it. Looks like it did a match, even though it was on a slight slope. Now, I don't know if anyone else has debunked it or not. Experts have proven it's real. Well, I'm going to say otherwise. Of course, the image is real, but how it was faked is another thing. I love the experts. Alright, so it's a post, so yeah, I want to know who these experts are. So what you can do is put in hoaxed or hoax. Damn, can't type to save my life. Okay, so here we go. See what comes up. Anything with hoax? You believe in life after death. And you see everybody believes it. Okay. That's all we got. Let's try fake. And how many results we got there? Exactly the same. 25 creepy photographs. Suppose I could spend a whole day going over them. We might have a quick look at those actually. 30 famous ghost photos. I'll go with 25. Okay, let's have a look. Who likes ghosts? Okay, that's one we saw before in the magazine, wasn't it? The lady in brown, wasn't it, that one? So how would you do that? Someone put a sheet over their head. Standing behind the camera. Or maybe in front of the camera. Big spotlight on them. With a sheet of glass in front of the stairs here. And sometimes you might get lucky and see the edge of the glass. I suppose just gotta click the arrows. Okay, that's really creepy. I only believe in the Holy Ghost. I only believe in things that I see with my own eyes, Dan. The other stories, there's someone's words and books, right? So what am I missing on that one? Yeah, it's got some ads popping up. Okay. What am I missing? Oh, right, something at the top of her. A tall man. So that looks like it could be a hill behind. And it just could be just a man that was standing there. Posing with the picture. And snuck off before she turned around and saw him there. Who took the picture? Okay, next one. We've seen that one before in the magazines. But I don't think that was meant to be the ghost over here. I think it was meant to be sitting in the chair, wasn't it? He was meant to be buried 25 miles away or something, they said in the magazine. Seen that one. And what have we got on this one? How are we going for time anyway? I know I'm probably chewing up a lot of time here. 1:13 it says. Okay. I remember seeing this one. There's someone hiding in the grass. And that's what they got. So why couldn't that be someone hiding in the grass when they took the picture? Kind of looks like it could be a kid. I'm not too shocked by that one. Unless you were there and didn't see anyone. But then again, sometimes you don't notice people. So there's meant to be an apparition there. Does seem to be something there, doesn't it? Is there any way that one could be mistaken? I don't think there's glass doors there, but I might not be correct. It could be like a door that's swung open, is it? There's someone walking along the hallway. Does seem to be something in the background here. And something up there, right? Looks like a man. Or another picture. Yeah. Much to go on. So what are we seeing in this one? A transparent baby on her own tomb. Creepy. 46. Grieving man went to honour her daughter who passed away in Queensland, Australia. I used to live there. When the mother took a picture of her daughter's grave and had that developed, the ghosty child showed up. Can I take your word for it, can't we? Could she have used the same camera that she took pictures of the kids? And there was actually a frame already on there that didn't rotate and got a what do you call it? Double exposure. That's about the only way you can explain that one. This one here. Young girl looking out. There. Not a very good photograph. I've never seen this one. It's actually from a video, and this thing seems to open the doors because they find these doors unlocked and opened every day, even though they lock them from inside. Security camera. Yeah. I'm not sure if it could be staged or not. Obviously, it could be. So I'm a wee bit skeptical of that one. Just shows you how bad security cameras are. And they're not the best. If they replace it with one of those Sony Zero Light infrared ones, then they might catch us something decent. So obviously that's a ghost girl there. What have we got here? Looks like kids at a dinner thing. Yeah, looks like an old man in the background there. A wizard. Gets cut off there for some reason. Lord Mayett Manor. Okay. And that kind of looks like an apparition, doesn't it? But I see it's on a security camera again. Could it be some sort of bug on the lens that creates these blue effects? Could be. Could be some bug. There's its head and the wings coming down like a moth crawling on the lens. So that one could be explained. And that one's a wee bit more defined, so you can exclude it being an insect. But we don't know if it's been photoshopped or anything. What his ghostly vision? Figure of a boy dressed in white. So again, you just have to take their word for it that it wasn't there when they took it. And something in the darkness there. Where? Oh, they just circled it, have they? I see. Well, you can see it's really overexposed there. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one. Keep on going. Alright. Is it the back seat? No. Is it on the front seat? The ghost. Oh, there he is. Creepy. It looks too far forward, so he must be over the other side. Still only got a moustache and glasses on there. Is there meant to be something else I'm missing? See a figure sitting in the back seat. Recognised it was the image of her mother, ghostly grave that visited on that day. Mother? It doesn't look like a mother. It looks like a man to me. Looks like a man with a white moustache and a shirt. How did she get that to be a mother? Did I misread it? Took a picture of her husband. Was waiting in the mother. Well, that's weird if she thinks that's a mother. If she said her grandfather or her dad, then that would make more sense. Well, we'll just have to take the word for it that there was no one in the back. It looks pretty genuine, that one, doesn't it? This one's got a dark mist. Very interesting. But how can that be done? It's probably done on a regular film, right? I reckon could be a strap off the camera. But then it looks kind of smoky going that way, so kind of weird. Almost looks like it was taken with some while moving the camera. Looks like something stretched out on the stairwell. So I'm not too sure what they're meant to be saying as the ghost here. And it looks like there's something in the background there. So let's see what it says. Now the photo revealed a shrouded figure climbing the stairs. So they're saying that wasn't there when they took the photograph. And definitely looks like a person. So that's kind of creepy if that wasn't there when they took it. We've got a half transparent person. So you got to always remember that there may have been leftover film that sort of got jammed, and when they started using the camera again, it superimposed it. But something looked like it was actually holding on the stairwell, and that photo couldn't be like from a superimposed image. Unless the person was standing or something, you know. Holding onto the railing obviously means it's not superimposed, right? So it means it must be originally there. Now, why would a ghost stand in the way of someone taking a picture like that? That's kind of rude. Look at me. Looks like Von Braun, actually, doesn't he? And this guy here. And that's Juggies. I'm Juggies. Ferguson. Spiritualist Convention. California. And identified it as his brother, Walter. Okay. So, again, it could be on the same film. That might have been the last frame. They thought that they didn't want to get, you know, how expensive film was back then. They wouldn't get it processed until it's all fully used up, and then you send it off to the shop. So we can't really claim that one's ghostly or not. What are we looking at here? Yeah, this reminds me of the good quality photographs we used to get back in kid days. Out of focus, blurry colours. And what are we meant to be looking at? Ghostly arm. Now, that can be done with cameras, can't it? Depending on the exposure time of the film, that person could quickly come over, grab at the very last second, and just, you can see, look, it shows up. Swimming pool. Yep. But if not, if they reckon there was no one there and it wasn't a prank, then it's a pretty damn good photo. Pretty creepy. That ghost likes that girl anyway. What do we got on this one? Backseat driver again. Could be something there. Looks like a face in a white shirt. Like Princess Di, almost looks like. Princess Diana, she's big at the moment. But again, you see here the sun's shining on here. I think it's just matrixing. That's a really good matrixing if it is. Looks like the sun. Maybe some dirt on the window. And of course our brains see face. UK. Where went it scroll? Took this photo with her sitting in a seat of a retirement helicopter. Retired helicopter. Was alone in the vehicle, but upon development of the photo, a bright figure sitting next to it. Yeah, I think this might be just pareidolia, that one. Only because of the way the sun's hitting the edge here, or it's a flash. See, look down here. What makes up the hair seems to go all the way up here too. Windscreen wiper going down. And I think it's just reflecting her face inside the car here at the time of the flash, right? So we can explain all parts of this. That's dirt on the window. That's a reflection of her cheek. And that's the flash of the window. Into the next one. Black and white one, which is a bit harder. So what's creepy about that one? Can't see anything. You can see it's taken from a magazine here. We've got that sort of... Oh, actually, that might be part of the stone feature. Sometimes you get these sort of patterns, which means it's been printed in a newspaper. I just can't see anything in that one. Could be a face here. Looks like a boy. Here. Again, I think that's just pareidolia. That's what I see. Whether that's what they see, I don't know. They saw a white ghostly figure sitting on a tombstone. So they're saying this is the ghost. Okay. So why would they take a picture of that though? Cemetery. I don't know, it kind of looks like a person sitting down there to me. Again, you have to take their word for it. But like I said, I saw a boy up there. I don't know about you, but I saw a boy's face here. See that there? Got the fringe. Got the outer edge of his face here. Looks like a blonde. His cheek, his mouth, nose, eye. I'm not sure if you see that at all, Dan. But that's what I saw. Yeah, it looks like it's actually over the image itself. Pareidolia, just love it. Mind you, maybe it was a ghost. Another one. I think that's a bug on security camera. This one here, not sure on. Looks like someone that moved very quickly while the picture was taken to me. The white lady. I don't know. Seems to be a lot of sunlight happening there. Could be a bag or something behind. No one. Hey, we got through all of them. Anyway, we're going to have a look at that image anyway. To see if I think it's been staged. There we go for time. Yeah, I can't quite see it because I've got too many things open. Paint.net. What's it say here? 1 hour and 33. Okay, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, so that was the close-up one. And I'll just open it up with the regular thing and zoom in. Now, obviously, that looks like a character there. Character there. So let's just have a look around. Let's see if there's any reflections. Or maybe something they missed. Okay, what's going up there? Seems to be something happening here, right? It looks like it's a reflection of glass to me. See that there? Very smudgy. You just can't see it in the rest of the picture here. But again, this was taken off my book, which was kind of glossy. So, yeah, we might have to find an original one to play around with. It could be a reflection off the book here, which will make it a bit harder to see if there's a bit of glass in front of the camera. And now we can see the arm seems to go up to here. So why the long droopy creepy face mask? Almost seems like it's sort of trying to hide something where his hand is. And where's the other arm go? Don't think it's down the side, is it? And it's obviously right-handed. If you're holding up the camera to your chest there, taking a picture, pinhole camera. Hand coming up here. Now we've got to be careful of the see-through effect. And that looks like part of the archway. So I wonder if we can find the original, or a good original, instead of using my one for the book. But we'll have a look at it anyway. I don't see that glared here now, but because that was the second image we did. To me, I think he's holding up a pinhole camera, and it's a piece of glass here. Where's the edge of the glass? It looks like it could come down here. It's very cleverly done though. Damn CPU. Okay. Kind of looks like a face there, doesn't it? Looks like I can see the human eye there actually. Be good to get a 4K scan of this negative. It's probably the detail there. And that's where it comes down to, that face mask, right? Seems to be something dark here, like a little square box, right? This is what I'm saying. Could it be like a little small camera? Just hiding behind the face mask there. Just take a few snaps and bingo. Although you can't see the square box for now. I think it's black. And won't reflect as good. Alright. There's a lot of holes in this thing to hide something behind. Yeah, I would have said the lens was there. Where's his other arm going to here? That's the question. Looks like it's coming around. Is it going back up? Bend in there. Holding it with two hands. That's what it looks like to me. Look at that. Demon face behind suddenly appeared in this one here too, look. And there's that one in between. Look, standing either side. It's funny how you can do colour swapping and see more in an image. But now we can see the face mask. You can see his eye there. Looks like there's a hole here though. I reckon it's the camera. He's holding it up with his arms here, going up here. And another one going up there. He's just holding it something here. Looks like a small black camera. And can we see the edge of the glass? Can be really hard to find. Again, we might need to get hold of the original image. Does look like there's something going on here. Alright, seems a bit more reflection over here, right? And you can only get this when you colour swap things. So there's something definitely more happening this side of the picture where you expect a piece of glass to be. Look, it seems to have a straight side going up to it here. Sheet of glass. Let's see. If you just get the right angle, you won't get any reflections, right? Looks like the sheet of glass would be where that strange face is appearing. Could be another person that's reflecting their face off it. On a different angle there, helping them stage it. But I don't know, I think it's just pareidolia, that one. I just think it's some sort of reflection. Piece of glass there and down to there. Anyway, that's what I think. Let's see if we can find a better picture. See, you can't see that face now. But it does seem a wee bit shiny. You can't see that shadow here without the filters. Does look a bit shiny going up. Anyway, I don't think it's photoshopped or double exposure or anything like that. I think it's this clever trick. using the light and very good clear glass, of course. Back in those days, I'm not sure how clear they got the glass. It was pretty good if you look at the church windows. Anyway, yep, let's move on. So we need to do the image research again and see if we find original. And Dan wants to know why ghosts always seem to have droopy gowns and hoods. Do they though? Not all of them. All the photographs I've seen, that's not the case. Some of those ones we just saw, there was definitely looked like a man in a shirt, even though she said it was a mum. So I don't get that one. But almost, yeah. Maybe because they get buried with their... They used to get buried, not in their Sunday best, but gowns. I don't know. Good question. To be scary. If you're a ghost, wouldn't you want to come back with creepy clothes? I don't know. That's a good question, though. Maybe because that's what humans do, right? So if they're staging it, makes perfect sense. Right, remember to be searching for the image. Okay, let's do that now. Come on. You can do it, Google. We'll try the close-up one, see if it finds that one better. Looks like it. Hooded ghost. So that one seemed to do better. But the picture matching is not as good. Let's come up with a few. So yeah. So let's grab one of these and then use Tanai. Tanai. And let's see. Actually, I want a better one than that. Pretty most of them crap. I want to search on Google. Tanai. There we go. And we want to sort it by the oldest. 205 results. There are millions of web pages. And it first appeared in 2008 on a blog. So there we go. I thought it would be a lot older than that myself. And then it sort of spread around since then. Okay, so I wonder if it's still there. Maybe not. Blog.org is not coming up. So it means it must be cached then. So we want one with a decent ghost picture. It hasn't been messed around with. Save as. What's going on? HTML. I don't want HTML. On the image. My foot's going to sleep. That's not good. Save as. It hasn't got a save image on that one. I think it's going to be small. Can't find it. Why can't you find it? Let's go up to the most current one. No. Once I get an image. Someone's mucked around with it. Great. Not having any luck yet. Finally. Can we save it? Yes. Good. Okay, that looks like the real photograph, doesn't it? But I thought it was wider screen than that. Yeah, it is. That one looks like the full widescreen. It's good, it's got the extra bits and same as my book. Let's save image on that one. God, it's a lot of hassle in it. I'm just trying to get a photograph. Looks like I stuffed up. It's not coming up for some reason. Should come up in the preview. Let's just drag it down. Yeah, open image. There we go. Looks similar to the magazine. Still looks like there could be a wee bit of reflection going on. Now, I wonder if they had like a glass panel on that side of the stage. Looks like there's some rowlings going on here. That would be the perfect place to put the glass, right? Stereotype, yes. Alright, see what I mean? Something not right there, is there? We got a blue bit, and we got a green bit. That's where I said the glass would be, right? And I'm not sure if it's been messed around with its original, but that was funny how that sort of come up with the block on the very first try. As you can see, CPU playing up. And there it is here. Got the green, green, green. Then we can move it over the whole screen. Yeah, so you can see now, this is a wee bit better. See the, is it the column behind? Still a bit hard to see if the hand's going upwards there, because of the pattern behind. Or is it hand coming down to there? I don't know. I still think bends around, goes up here. Seems that one that's holding the camera in between. Snap. You can see here, there's definitely something different on with the reflections this side. There's got to be a bit of glass there, and the glass is going up there now, because you can see suddenly it changes to the blues over that side. Interesting. But yeah. Looks fake to me. It has been faked. Yeah, look here. See how much whiter it is here? Because they've got to shine a light at the figure to bounce it off the glass. And look, the white hairs are definitely different where that rowling is. All that side of it here. All the way to there, by the looks of it. out to the side of the window. And what if I could ever be proven right? That'd be good. Definitely looks like a sheet of glass there. Anyway, that's my analysis done on that, as far as I'm concerned. Staged. It looks too good to be true. And it is. And we'll keep that original one there. How much time we got left? There we go. Again, it's just you, Dan the man. And we're just done 2 hours ago, and already I'm starting to feel pooped, but we ain't got long left now. 5:30. 2 hours is normally good enough, I reckon, but yeah, UFO Stalker, we're going to go over a few more of these, but also ain't going to have time. We got down to the year last time, wasn't it? But I think there's a few third phase out. So let's just go through. We got Mick West there, and we got Scott Brando. So what's Scott Brando up to? Oh yeah, it looks so real. Yeah. Again, we can see the glass reflections that we were talking about in the last video. It looks like someone's hands or head there. This is obviously a good fake. What's it say? Fake video created by VFX artist Colton Kicks. Cookie Gets God. Instagram. Were often stolen by others without permission. Yeah, that's what they do. What's Dan got to say? Anyway, see you next time. Oh, he's off already. Bedtime. A good UFO video. Okay, thanks, Dan. Yeah, maybe I'll just keep third phase for another day, yeah. Just finish up on Scott here. And maybe Mick West thing here, talking about identifying stuff. To see what he's got to say, and we'll wrap up on that. I know security team has been a bit slack. I don't know why anyone bothers with him. He doesn't even release anything half the time, does he? I doubt he's got anything new up. See? How old is that? So it's come up to 7 days old already. So yeah, he doesn't deserve all the kudos this guy gets. And if you look at his Twitter account, he's talking all sorts of crap. The guy's not interested in UFOs whatsoever, other than make money. Alright, see, this is what I said. This is why I stay logged out, because of this sort of crap. So, so why am I blocked, secure team? What have you got to hide? So, how'd you log out? Good question. Log out. I want to log out. Where's the log out button? Can't see it. Display. Okay, where is it, people? Where is it? What's that say? It's got a tick next to it. Log out. We found it. We found it. Okay. Now we've lost our place. Good one. So now we can get access to security. That's how useless blocking is. Alright then, see you later. Thanks for hanging around. And here we go. We can now access his page. See that? Why bother blocking when he posts it publicly anyway? But if you don't post it publicly, you don't end up in the search engines, and it punishes you. Because when you post something like that, it doesn't get scraped by the search engines. So he can't make it private because he loses out on the money. So this is a kind of crappy post, right? It's going to be up to us to reveal the truth. Well, it won't be from him because we know he's a fraud, a disinformation man, and also creates hoaxes. So the disclosure is not going to come from him. It's going to come from people like me. Stay tuned, my friends. Your boy isn't gone. He should be. He should be in jail for fraud. Just been working on a really long video. Yeah, we've heard it all before. And it'll be full of disinformation and garbage. And annoy the hell out of me. Blah, blah, blah. Just American, empty, masqueraded by the government. Defense Department may be getting an office. Well, they've had lots of offices. Blue Book onwards. Here we go, more crap. I couldn't get the video out last night as promised, but I will do it today. So why couldn't you, Tyler? You got all day to do it. Do a live stream, a lot easier to do. No, they're not for him though, because he's got to think of the lies in real time. Okay, so we've been through all this before. I know that one does. That one did look like a credible dome on the moon, on the Mars, I mean. But when you look at the original photograph, it doesn't quite look as good. It's because they do some tweaks on the video, and that was just a bit of cosmic radiation, they said, wasn't it? On one of the lenses. Because the rover has stereo vision for driving around, of course. Okay, just a little sneak peek of the next strangeness. So straight away it looks like it's like a fake video, doesn't it? So we'll be interested to see where that goes. And this bit over here. Well, that's obviously emulsion pill. And it's been torn off on the slide before it's been processed. Okay, we'll wait to see what comes up with them. So, yep, that one's a fake. What's going on? Yeah, it's because I logged out, wasn't it? Scott Brando, empty your page. Oh, here we go. So, what else are we looking at? Same thing, is it? Same flake. Same fake flake. reason. You got it. Chasing. Reflecting. Yeah. CGI artist has been confirmed. That one looks a bit more realistic there, though. And the rest of them we've seen before, haven't we? Lens flare. And these guys staging the front drone footage with the bar light. I think he's got some images of what they use. There we are. Of course, you can put that on an electric motor and just rotate it around. Which is probably what they did. So there's not much on his page that we haven't already seen. Any other quick ones? Probably just finish up with Mick West finding stars, see what it's about.
This photograph of some stars, and I needed to figure out like where these stars actually were. The image came from this PDF here. It says, the location of the star-like object, and it shows this little circle here. Now, if you zoom in on this image and crop it, you get this image here, which isn't, super good, but you can actually see a whole bunch of stars. Now, the person who took this image has drawn this.
Okay, so not sure if I messed up the audio here. Is it crackling? Oh, it sounds alright now. Yeah, he's been over this one before. And he's now going to talk about how he found the star. Using the software, which is going to be long-winded. And it's like a tedious video of using the software. And it's not very well. It's going to be too complicated for most to understand, I think. So he's plugging into the software. So yeah.
End of the line, and then you shift click on the other end of the line and just repeat that.
Just see. So that looks like a really deep and thought type video. Had to self-learn, which most of us here probably not interested in. But I'll put a link to it anyway, and but I think maybe there's a quicker, easier way to find stars than that. But people out there might know. Okay. Mick West using soft to find a star. Maybe it does pattern recognition, maybe, I don't know.
A bright object, and you zoom.
The easiest by far is to use the smartphone apps, guys. So if you're taking a video of a UFO, just use something like Google Sky, and you can take a screen snapshot of what you're looking at, aim it at the sky. If you're lucky, you might find a planet. Heavens Above is another one. Looks like they even got a web version of it. But the thing with the phone is you can aim it at the sky and it will tell you what you're looking at by overlaying. Google Play, is it? Google Play, Google Play. Oh, maybe they've renamed it then. Sky Map. Maybe it's Sky Map. Here we go. So let's just have a look at their promo.
SkyMap team. SkyMap is an official Google app designed to member SkyMap and download the app. Once it's installed on Horizon, SkyMap enables you to point your phone to the sky and find out. The app uses GPS and compass data, as well as a date and time, to show you a labeled map of the area you're observing. If you want to learn about a different part of the sky, just move your phone there or switch to manual mode and explore the sky on your own. Hey, there's the Big Dipper. You may also want to find the location of a specific star or planet at a given moment. To find the current location of Mars, for example, click Search and type Mars.
Okay, that seems a lot easier than using Mick West's way, right? So you go and grab the app and have a play with it on your smartphone tonight. Start finding. And I'm going to try to type it on the screen. I can't quite see what I'm typing there. But there you go. So I'm not sure if they've got some snapshots here as well. And there's also Heavens Above. But it normally gives you a list of other programs that's similar. So let's have a look. Sky View, Star Walk, Lunar Scope, Stellar, Galaxy Map. So it hasn't listed Heavens Above there. Maybe it's fallen out of favour, I don't know. Heavens Above. Okay. And you can see it's added all the other ones up here. And there's a lot of things to choose from. And maybe install, play around with it. What's the difference? One's a free one, one's a paid one, is it? Yep. Paid one, free one. And that does something similar to Google's one. And it's got a list of all the satellites here. Radio satellites, nightly events, live sky charts, and that's where you use a camera. I'm not sure if it's got a video. It's got International Space Station tracking, which is really useful for the amount of stuff we see posted up on MUFON. It used to have a video you could play. Sunset. I got one dislike. Should be a fantastic app. Certainly a great idea. They seem to have generally done a good job. However, it simply does not work for me at the moment. Wait first when I installed it. It's probably just his phone's got corrupted or something. Right, it's probably nothing to do with the app at all. So do with the user. So yeah, they used to have a picture of it filming. Someone filming. Maybe someone's done a demo out there for you. Find a name of planet using smartphone real time. Let's see what comes up. All the various apps, videos. Turn your smartphone into astronomy toolbox. So it's going over various types of apps out there that people have mucked around with. What's that person? Space.com. Scientists use a blender to reveal what's in our smartphones. What? Alright, they grind it up. Yeah, one of those would be. I won't bother looking. Too much copyright nonsense, right? But you can go and have a look yourself and see how you go. If you want to keep me on air, please support me by donating on membership and super chats. And you can access my webpage anytime there in the pinned comment. And access some of the other payment options, and I don't have to be on air to receive them. So yeah, thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll just leave it up there. 2 hours and 20 minutes is good enough for today. And might have to modify my title, and we'll look at third phase next time probably. And we got coming up is Roberts, of course. Roberts on, but we're starting a wee bit later, an hour later, because I've got to go and get my second jab. So that'll be on Sunday evening for USA, I think it is, and very late for UK, midnight onwards, if you're still up in UK at that time. And we'll see what it brings us. And we'll see you then, hopefully. Good night. Take care on the roads. Where that pops up. Alright. We got Dan's comment still highlighted. Yeah, it is. Good night, people.